has always done things the hard way. He made his millions in Formula One, the toughest, richest and most competitive sport in the world. He's the man who discovered Michael Schumacher and single-handedly took on the might of Ferrari and McLaren. Now, Eddie is facing his toughest ever challenge. He's trying to transform the lives of 8 hardened car criminals.
We like cars. He's got money, we want money.
Let's see what you know about cars.
With just 7 weeks to change their attitudes.
I'm spending a lot of my time, you're spending a lot of your time. What's the problem?
He can go himself.
Make them fit for the world of work.
Wait! You're pissing me off.
And build them into a winning race team. Can Eddie get their lives back on track?
This could be your last opportunity to change direction.
Eight young car criminals are gathering at a garage in South London. They are about to embark on a unique project that could change their lives forever.
I think I am pretty good at breaking into cars. The fastest I've done it in is about 30 seconds.
Between them, they've been arrested over 100 times.
I've been in about 100 police chases and upwards. I've been caught 3 times.
Some have spent time behind bars.
When did you come out of prison?
November.
That's all right, at least you comes out of prison before Christmas, isn't it?
2 of them are on tags. As well as car crimes, they've been involved in robberies and violent assaults.
This boy was trying to nick my bike. I started smacking his head in. I put his head through a glass window and everything.
If I get in trouble again, then I'm going back to jail for 3 years. And I really don't see myself doing 3 years.
When it gets dark, I don't know what he's getting up to. I used to be petrified, laying awake at night waiting for him to come in.
Sometimes I worry about him getting nicked. He's been to prison twice and I really wouldn't want him to go to prison again.
15 miles away in leafy Surrey, Eddie Jordan is also preparing for his first day on the project. Eddie spent over 30 years in the tough, competitive world of motor racing. The racing team he built from nothing grew to be worth over £40 million. He has coached some of Formula One's most successful drivers, but this project is going to be his toughest challenge yet.
I believe that we should not throw these lads onto the scrap heap. I want to be sure to give them the chance to put things right. This project perhaps will be the last chance for some of them. I'm going to give it my all to make sure it counts.
Eddie has traded in his jet-set lifestyle in the Caribbean and French Riviera to try and turn around the lives of these 8 young men.
It's not going to be easy, and I envisage that there will be 1 or 2 problem boys in it. These boys can do it. What we need to do is to make them believe they can do it.
Eddie has created an intense 7-week course that he hopes will steer them away from crime.
He likes cars, we like cars. He's got money, we want money.
So I heard that he's a millionaire, look what he's driving like.
I'm hoping that he's going to get stuck in with us, because there's no point him being there if he's not going to help. There's no point him egging us on if he's not going to help either.
My name is Eddie Jordan. All of us here today, including me, have something in common. We all love cars. The problem is that this love of cars has been getting you into trouble. Keep heading in the direction you're going. You could be spending a lot of time behind bars. Over the next 7 weeks, I want to train you up as mechanics, so when you leave here, you'll be fit to enter the world of work.
Eddie has another challenge in store for the lads.
I want you to transform this heap of metal into a force to be reckoned with.
At the end of the project, everything they have learned will be put to the test when they compete in one of Britain's biggest banger races.
You will become a genuine race team, and you will compete with this car in the grand tournament at the Arena Essex racetrack.
I've strategically planned the banger race, and these kids need that sense of pure and total adrenaline rush, which this banger race will give them. And it also gives them a purpose to turn up for work, because at the end of all of this project is the banger race, and the banger race is the thing that's going to drive them.
Having offered them the chance of a lifetime, Eddie's about to find out the extent of the challenge he set himself.
They're making a total mess.
You don't know whether or not you're capable of driving that car at that speed. You don't know anything, man, do you? You haven't got a clue.
Do you want to get chopped up? Go on, wait!
I didn't want it to end like this, you know.
Formula One Supremo Eddie Jordan has 7 weeks to turn around the lives of 8 young car criminals. He's spending his first week working out what makes them tick.
How many times have you crashed?
Into a police car, that was it.
You crashed into a police car?
Yeah, reversed into it.
Eddie's project could be the last chance for these boys to make something of their lives.
I've applied for a lot of jobs, and because I've got a criminal record, most of them have just probably thrown my application on the side, and I never looked at it again.
I can't find a job because my record is bad and I haven't got no qualifications whatsoever.
I didn't get on well in school because I had a big argument with a teacher and I hit him and he fell down the stairs and broke his arm.
They are not all bad boys. They can be changed. Circumstances have put them in this position, either through family environment, schooling, bad friends, bad company. But I do believe, by and large, the vast majority can be changed.
Before the course starts, Eddie's trying to work out the lads' strengths and weaknesses. He's curious to find out what they already know about cars.
I want to see how long it takes you to get into this car. Here's your tools, and I want you to wear the gloves and the goggles. Break into the car as quick as you can and get the engine running. I'll be surprised if he doesn't have this started in a couple of minutes.
Get that bit off. Get that bit off and you can reconnect it. It plugs in.
Moss, get it at the back. He's finding it hard to cut the wires.
Stay. No small screwdrivers. Who's got a key?
Look in the car. There's always something in the car you can use, man. Window wiper.
Black box.
That's a black box.
Ignition switch.
Ignition switch, yep.
Yeah.
This will make your car get taken.
Next to try is Dave, who takes a very direct approach.
He got nicked. He got dabbed, didn't it? Tell me if you got nicked.
As a car thief, that's the biggest mistake I've ever seen anyone pull off, running with a hammer and go!
At 17, Dave is one of the youngest on the project.
When I get chased by police, it's like an adrenaline rush. I'm like, yeah, come on in, I'll do this. But like, if I get close to getting caught, I'm like, I can't get caught, go faster. In total, I've been arrested for 24 offences. I've been convicted of all of them.
He's the only one that used the hammer to break the window. A hammer, bro.
Started.
You've obviously nicked a few of these in your time.
Maybe. In a way, I'm a bit ashamed that I know how to do it. But then again, I do find it quite cool.
You got David now with a hammer smashing the window and robbing a car in like 2.5 minutes. That's a record for me.
Amongst all the lads, the most prolific offender is Richie.
He knows what he's doing. He's a bit of an expert at this.
fell in love with cars from a young age. Out of a car you could get sex, drugs, money, friends, popularity.
With a 2-year-old son to support, Richie has decided it's time to change his ways.
The worst case scenario is me ending up back in prison. If I get angry at something, I'll go and do something stupid, which usually involves nicking a car or nicking something or breaking something and getting arrested for it or having a fight.
This is your patch collar, mobiliser. This is how you rewire it.
The way Richie broke into it, it was impressive. He done it fast. He didn't waste no time looking for nothing. He knew where everything was.
This is your black box.
Richie has been stealing cars for 6 years and breaks in far quicker than any of the other boys.
How many times have you been done for nicking cars?
I ain't been done for nicking cars a lot. A lot, as you can tell.
The exercise is a real eye-opener for Eddie.
They knew all about the black box. They knew all about the tricks of getting into the car, and they didn't hide that from anyone. Normally, you would imagine that kids who have been in trouble of this nature would try and shy away and not let on to people what they knew. But that wasn't the case here. They were very happy and very proud with themselves that they knew how to break into cars.
Look, I just nicked your car.
The skills you've just shown me, I'm not sure what they're going to do for you. They're always going to get you into trouble. We're going to teach you a different set of skills, skills that you can hone and make good, and hopefully will be part of your future, give you skills for your life and for your employment.
It's almost time for the lads' training to begin.
Reach lightning, man.
But with a history of violent and aggressive behaviour amongst the group, Eddie needs to lay down the law.
Before we get to work, I need to make some very serious ground rules here. So I want you to make sure you adhere to them at all times. There cannot be at any time any threatening behaviour. No drugs, no drunkenness, no absence without a very good reason, no weapons of any kind to be brought onto the site. And finally, I want to see no violence whatsoever between any of you. Now, I don't want to have to come down on you very hard for any breach of these rules.
Eddie's plan is that in 7 weeks, the lads will leave his project with a recognised motor industry qualification. But first, he needs to find out if they know as much about fixing cars as they do about stealing them.
Before we start the business proper, I want you to do a few little easy warm-up practices. We've got the tools here, got the cars. I want to see you changing the wheels on this car as quickly as you can. This is the most basic thing you can do with a car. This should be so easy for them.
Find a solid point behind the wheel.
These guys seem to be doing a good job.
As long as you've got the right tools, you can spin a wheel off in about 30 seconds.
18-year-old Garth and 17-year-old King are struggling with this supposedly simple task.
So, what's the problem?
The pump don't work.
Can you not get leverage?
It's not pumping. If it goes up, it goes back down. Thanks.
Go on, do it again. Yeah, there you got it. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
With only 7 weeks to go, it seems that these car-obsessed criminals can't even change a wheel.
It doesn't really fill you with confidence, does it? I mean, what are they going to be like when they get to the harder stuff? They're making it look so hard, it's like a chore to them. They're actually really struggling.
He's gone the wrong way, isn't he?
Hey, Garth. Yeah, lefty loosey, Garth. Righty tighty.
God, I think we have a bit to do here. This one is pretty grim. We're struggling to get even the tyre changed. You know, I know the nuts are on very tight, but they're making a total mess. For a young fellow like him, strong, should be so easy.
Long after all the other lads have finished, King and Garth are still struggling to complete the job.
Look at what we had to work with.
This is a 2-ton jack, bro.
This
can lift a van.
This jack is older than me.
This is a 2-ton jack, bro. This thing can lift a van.
Yeah, it can lift the van, but it weren't helping us lift that.
Garth's volatile temper earned him 2 months in prison when he committed a violent street robbery.
The victim got severely beaten up and had to have medical attention.
If he reoffends, he'll be back inside for 3 years.
Been out now, I've seen the light, converted to Islam. Just trying to turn my life around now, really.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
So, how'd you find it?
I found it difficult because we had the oldest car.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, there's a H reg. And
forget the regs, yeah. I'm talking condition of the car. Our tyres were more rusty.
I hope you're not going to be an excuse maker.
I'm not an excuse maker.
Because I'll be listening and watching.
That's good.
We're all part of a team. You had a partner, and between you and your partner, this car was a little bit slower than the rest of them. So we need to see whether it was the car, and time will tell us.
He's got 2 minute excuses for no reason. You get me? The only reason why the wheel didn't come off quick enough because he didn't know what he's doing.
For Eddie, today's been a first taste of the challenge ahead.
That was supposed to be the easiest of all tasks, just a warm-up. And quite honestly, half of them couldn't do it properly. It's going to be much more difficult than I first thought, and I have a lot of work to do to get these boys into shape. I don't like failure, and I'm going to have to crack the whip to make sure we don't fail on this one.
The lads have made it through their first day.
It's like a lifetime ambition I've always had to meet a person that's been involved with racing. Ever since I was a little kid, I said to my mum, I want to do Formula 1.
Come on, he's come down to a garage in a suit. That doesn't work.
What I've noticed with the guys is the fact that there's a lot of testosterone around. When you get a group of lads with them, when you've got a group of adult lads, there's always that bravado thing, and there always is a bit of competition anyway.
I'm not really used to an environment like this. It will just take me a little while to get used to everyone.
Easy, yes, easy tomorrow.
I just aim to see what happens tomorrow. I hope it's not this boring. I hope we get to drive or something tomorrow.
Beckton in East London has amongst the highest crime rates and the highest levels of unemployment in the capital. It's home to Mosh and Myth, the only two people to know each other prior to the project. They're typical of many teenage boys growing up in one of London's toughest areas.
The streets are fun, the streets are real. Back in the day, I used to steal, now I deal. Life is hot on my block, round the corner from the shop.
That's the hot spot.
Mosh began stealing and joyriding cars 3 years ago and has no intention of changing his ways.
If I was in my car revving up my engine and any person just walks past being nosy and telling me to stop, that I'd tell them shut up, mind your business and walk home before you get hurt. Ads, do a wheel spin. Yeah, do bad shit.
Look at the state of the wheel, he snapped his axle and everything, the mug.
Myth's first offence was for aggravated taking and driving away.
I started nicking cars from when I was about 14 years old, 14, 15. I've broken into about 50 cars. With a stolen car, yeah, everyone, they'll just start doing anything. Even if it's to crash the car into the wall for fun, they will do that.
Eddie's travelling to meet Mosh and Myth on their own turf.
I've been to some really, really difficult places in my travels, but none of them ever like this. I just hope I can get out of here intact. I think we've all been bad lads one time or another. When I was younger, of course, you know, we were all tearaways, and I did certainly things that was going to get me into trouble. Regularly, when my dad had gone to bed, I'd take the car from the garage and go off at night, and luckily, I grew out of that.
Tonight, Eddie's trying to find out how and why they steal cars.
It's not for sale, sir, and look what he says.
Nothing valuable is in the car, coded radio. This car, too easy. Either bend the door back or take the window out. Break the steering lock, black box it. About 30 seconds, I would say, man.
Do you ever think about the pain that it causes somebody out visiting some friend, coming out, somebody who's not well, sick or that, and you've just stolen their car? Do you ever think about that?
No, not me personally, anyway.
It's just fun.
As long as I'm having fun, it's all right.
So, I'm going left here?
Yeah, left.
So what happens if you see
keep on looking on your rear view mirror. Take a chase.
You do a chase because that's exciting. Can they keep up with you?
Depends on what car we're in.
Is everybody screaming in the car or is it very calm?
No, it's calm.
It's calm because everyone's paranoid.
No one's talking to the driver.
Well, the driver's just keeping quiet because he has to keep his eye on the road.
He's paranoid. When you're in a stolen car, yeah, see your left leg here where your clutch is here,
Yeah.
it always shakes.
Straight up.
It shakes?
Yeah, my leg anyway, it always shakes. Don't know about you.
That's my leg as well every time.
Let's say you're a joyrider and an innocent person is driving down here with his mother and the granny and one of his kids.
We don't think of bad things, man. I don't think of bad things.
Yeah, but of course it can happen. You have a deadly weapon with you. You have a fast car, and you don't know whether the car is able to do that speed. You don't know whether or not you're capable of driving that car at that speed. You don't know anything, man, do you? You haven't got a clue. Tonight has been a huge revelation because I've seen an insight into particularly Mosh and Miff and what excites them, what thrills them. And my real target and my challenge now is to, if you like, take that thrill and generate it into something that is more meaningful.
Soon, Eddie will try to answer that challenge. Eddie tries to redirect their love of speed.
It's a privilege for us to get to watch him do this, yeah?
And shows them what they could face if they don't stay on track. Eddie Jordan's mission for the first week of his project is to get 8 young car criminals to take what he's doing seriously.
Some of these boys are absolutely rooted in crime. The idea of going to prison is just a natural part of their future. But they need to get back on the right side if they're going to be straight. They need to make the most of what they're learning. They need to get into work and they need to look to a new future.
Throughout the project, Eddie is planning activities that will challenge the lads' criminal attitudes and behaviour. Today he has asked 4 of the lads to bring along a friend or relative for a trip to Peterborough. He sent the project's youth worker, Vinay, to escort them. But before they even set off, there's a problem.
Hi, Mr. Mosh. How long do you reckon you'll be? Roughly? Half an hour. Try and get here ASAP.
An hour and a half late, Mosh and his friend finally turn up.
Huh, look how you call this black? Man, them could have been Peterborough by now.
Well,
2-hour drive now.
Yeah, good evening to you guys, by the way.
The course is only 3 days old, but Mosh is already in Eddie's bad books.
I'm going to nail that Mosh because he just completely around this morning. An hour and a half late, he's destroyed and disturbed the whole day what we're trying to achieve here. And I'm just trying to think if that happened in a motor racing position like in the old days, if you just go without him and that'd be the end and there'd be no job for him when he came back. And I think that's the problem. I think life is too easy for Mosh.
Today's experience will target their dangerous addiction to car crime.
Yeah, there's no adrenaline rush like being chased by the police. Like, there's nothing like it.
When I get chased by police, it's like an adrenaline rush. I'm like, yeah, come on in, I'll do this. I'm like excited because I like going fast and not having to stop for traffic lights.
Emergency services have recreated a typical joyrider car crash. The lads, their friends and family members will be cut out of the wrecked vehicles.
What we're doing today is to help these kids realise the error of their ways. But in reality, it's something that we face quite regularly in and around the city.
Can I have the Civic now? I need the parts. Give me the keys.
For the lads, it's a bit of a laugh. For Eddie, it couldn't be more serious.
We have to start off by making sure that the people realise what can happen. It's not just stealing a car, it's not just going around corners fast. It's this kind of situation.
All right, mate, just stay exactly where you are. Don't move, OK? Don't move.
The firemen and paramedics treat the incident like a genuine crash.
Can you hear me? Yeah. OK, don't move. OK, can you hear me in the back? Yeah. OK, don't move your head. Just keep looking on.
Just keep looking straight ahead, okay? Just relax. Keep nice and still and don't move your head.
Recently, we had just on the outskirts of the city, a youth who was killed in a vehicle that was stolen. Where his cousin was driving the car. So it's something, this incident, I can relate to personally because it's something that happens.
Keep your body nice and straight and just bring your legs round and drop them onto the floor here.
Legs all right, yeah? Right. No, nice and steady.
The lads are all removed. Now they must wait for their friends and relatives to be extracted.
Where's your little brother? Is your little brother at?
No, he's still in.
What the f***, bro?
Nah, he's not. He's still in there. He's still in the car, man.
Dave's girlfriend is next to be removed.
Obvious head injuries and possible chest injuries as well.
You slide her up a little, hoping she can get enough on here without tilting backwards.
Get out to here. You got some screaming.
You ready? 1, 2, 3, left.
We have someone actually testing some weight.
If I ever did that to her, then I would never forgive myself.
Just for a joyride, all this. If you're legit and it's an accident, then it's different. If you're two people in a car just driving, showing off, and you crash it like joyride in the back, you feel worse.
But when I was sitting in that driver's seat, and we were all sitting in there before any of the ambulance crew showed up or anything. Yeah, we were all giggling in the back, saying, "Yeah, this is going to be jokes." Yeah, but when all those ambulance crew came up and paramedics and God knows what, it just suddenly went dead in there. We were all quiet. We were all like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Even like it was a simulation, yeah, watching your girlfriend being taken out from the back of a broken up car and getting her dragged off in an ambulance just because you wanted to have a little bit of fun, it ain't worth it.
Passengers in joyriding accidents are killed much more frequently than drivers. There's one last person still in the car. Mosh's friend, Ali.
Confirmed death, 3:10.
We have to understand how painful and how upsetting and how destructive all of this is. And it starts off with a bit of fun, and it can add pain for everybody.
Knowing that I killed my friend, like...
Did that have an impact on you?
Big impact. It's gonna stay in my head, like. It's not gonna go, I'm gonna go home, think about it when I'm like on a Friday night, just driving, and that happens.
The day has unsettled the lads, but it has been a success for Eddie. Even Mosh's lateness is put to one side.
I was going to speak to Mosh, but I've had a little bit of a think. And I think he's quite traumatised. I think they all are. I think what has happened here today has brought reality home. They had no idea stealing cars, having fun, joyriding, what it can cause. So I'm going to leave my bollocking for another day, and I'm going to kill him.
Eddie's got one further stop off today. Lambeth is one of London's most dangerous boroughs. There were nearly 300 crimes involving firearms in 12 months alone. It's home to Garth.
Hey man, Garth, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for seeing you.
Garth has been on a tag since his release from prison 2 months ago. He couldn't take part in today's exercise because his tag places him on a strict curfew.
So how long have you been wearing the tag?
About almost 3 months from tomorrow.
I haven't seen a tag before. Are you happy to show me your tag?
Oh, it's fine. It's government property. There you go.
Okay.
Like the society nowadays, anyway, they will look at you like you're some criminal. Oh, I wouldn't trust him with doing this, and you know what I'm saying, they just look at us as like we're outcasts and we're not supposed to be in the same society as them, which is like I feel that's wrong.
Because his mum is a single parent, Garth played a key role in raising his younger brother and sister until he ended up behind bars.
It must have been very hard for your mum. You realise how hard it was for her?
Yeah, it was very stressful because where I used to come home and look after my brother and sister, my mum wouldn't have to worry about anything.
Any future offences will see Garth locked up for 3 years.
How sure are you that this won't happen again?
Well, I'm more than certain that this is never going to happen again. I will never see the likes of prison ever again because I just know that that is just not my sort of life that I want to be living. Because like, I wouldn't want my little brother to be going to jail. That's why I'm trying to teach him that it's not about going to jail.
He's made some mistakes. He knows he's made some mistakes, and he's happy to admit to that. And my big hope is when that tag comes off that he doesn't get himself into trouble again. See you on the course during the rest of the week.
Yeah.
You mind yourself.
Yeah.
See you, man.
At the garage, the 8 lads are continuing their training in mechanics. Tomorrow, they'll be assessed on what they've learned this week.
Crack the wheel nuts just half a turn. If you undo them any more than that, you've got the whole weight of the car on the wheel studs and it'll damage the threads.
Most training schemes for young offenders are plagued by high dropout rates. To keep the lads motivated, they will be competing as a team in a high-profile banger race against experienced drivers. On the race day, they will each have specific roles. Unsurprisingly, there is one job that they are all rooting for.
I'd much rather be the driver. I'd much rather be in the car, out there, cars coming flying at me, because it's just the thrill of it. I mean, some of them might be scared, might think, oh God, what have I got myself into? But me, I'm on it.
I don't want to be a mechanic standing there while everyone's driving. I want to win something. I'm competitive. I really want to race like that.
To get an idea of their driving ability, Eddie's arranged a trip to the go-kart track. Eddie's motor racing career began in karting 35 years ago, when he won the Irish Karting Championship.
Today is, for me, all about motivation. I really want them to experience the thrill and the excitement of what goes on at karting, because it is phenomenal. And compare that against perhaps the so-called short-term thrill of stealing a car, because I'm not sure it is the same thrill.
I'm hyper. I want to get on that track now. I've seen it. I'm hyper about that corner, because I reckon I'm going to skid out and hit the grass and do some stupid
I've sort of been trying to plan a racing line around it, so I'm sort of just, at the moment, I'm just sort of trying to figure it out. Why everyone's sort of going, yeah, we're going to go fast around it. I'm going to go fast, but I'm trying to figure out my racing now at the moment.
Eddie has trained Formula One world champions like Ayrton, Senna and Michael Schumacher. Now he's sharing his expertise with 8 convicted car criminals.
85% of the current Grand Prix grid, the drivers, they've started in something like this. Everything that you can experience in the feel is exactly what you would feel in a Formula One car. Today, of course, the track is damp, so very important that actually the person who'll be quickest today will be the smoothest, the person who is able to feel all of the intricacies of the track and the car and to feel part of it. Let's hope we have a nice day, and we'll see who's going to be the quickest.
I ain't going to be down the back, I'm going to be up the front somewhere. I'm going to guarantee it. He's got to have it out.
Look, he's stuck.
You fluffed it. I'm next, you know. Oh my days.
Is this the break, yeah?
He snaked the back end a couple of times.
Yeah.
He just don't care. Look, he's just frying it into the corners. He's a nutty little boy, man.
I honestly say, I think there's a new record.
Look at you.
I reckon I've won. Who's the world champion? Like, yeah, I won. Yeah.
I think it has the desired effect. I mean, when you see Gard come out like that, I've never seen such emotion, so passionate, so happy with himself, what he's done in front of his mates.
This is the one. This is the one.
This is the one. This is everything that I'd hoped
Right
it
now,
would be.
yeah, the
It would give them a sense of pride. It gives them something that is a thrill, which is exciting, but which is clean and fun.
There's a hell of a lot of competition between them. They don't want to lose. Not one of them wants to lose.
I'm just gonna drive mad, basically, man.
Drive as if there's old Bill behind you.
Yeah, man.
Eddie, would you jump in the car with him?
I now know why he's been caught by the police so many times. First thing that Mosh has to learn about karting is that the track is the black stuff, not the green stuff. That's the grass. Can't go quick on grass.
Richie, who claims to have been involved in over 100 police chases, is last to take the wheel.
Well, I got my money on me. I'm gonna be the top one. I've told him the home secret. The home secret. Lean into the corners.
Only face, I don't want to come, he's lost.
Today is the first indication of who might get to drive in the banger race in 6 weeks' time, and the race result holds a few surprises.
8th or last, whichever way you want to take it, at 56 seconds, 78, Dave.
I don't get that because Aaron spun out more than me.
I don't know what went wrong. I don't want to be no manager, no back team, no pits, nothing like that. I want to be out there racing.
All very tight in this particular area. In 53.05, Garth. That surprised him. He thought he was King Cool.
I feel like I got robbed for some seconds because I didn't slide out. I hit the corners at speed and I don't know what I did wrong in it.
Yeah. All that remains is for Ready to reveal who was fastest. Are you ready?
Richie!
I knew it, bro. I knew it. That's the only time. You got 2 seconds in front of me.
It was quite an eye-opener today. Like, I got to see a lot of different sides to people and the competitive side and how much they want to win this.
Come on.
The most competitive person was definitely Garth. Garth thought he had it in a bag. As soon as he finished his lap, like, so when he heard that I beat his time, he was a bit saddened, I think. I think Dave's proper depressed about coming last. I think he's heartbroken. His face sort of went from up here to.
This has so pissed me off. It's unbelievable. And it's only over a go-kart race. Yeah, it's my first time, but still, if I was in a car and that was a car racing track, I know I could do a lot better.
Most of them impressed me. They all tried extremely hard. The drivers who thought they were going to be quick, the drivers who really want to drive in the race, particularly Dave, is so disappointed that he wasn't as quick as he thought he was going to be. And that's a great indication for me because I can see that there is a determination, there is a real pride in what he wants to achieve.
There's still one driver to compete. Eddie hasn't karted since he was 24, but today he'll take to the track again.
I am particularly rusty. I'm sure some of these young boys are going to take great pleasure in beating the pants off me today.
So Eddie, how do you think you're going to do on your laps?
Why don't you tell me? How do you think I'm going to do?
Well, considering you've been doing this for a while, I reckon you're going to do amazing.
I'm an old man. I'm beat up.
Don't
I'm
mean
dead.
nothing.
No, you still
I'm
got
on
the
experience
statins.
behind
I've got
you.
high cholesterol.
Watch his technique now.
Yeah, look.
He goes out and in.
Hitting the curbs. Look, he's using the curbs. Every curb, boom. I used every curb on that bit as well. Slide down. He's running wide out to the next corner, and then he's cutting right across the curb. And then bang, back on the accelerator as he exits the corner. It's a privilege for us to get to watch him do this, yeah? And he's showing us how it should be done, like.
Nearly 40 years older than the lads, Eddie manages a lap time of 47 seconds, beating them all by more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was fast, Eddie.
Well, I don't think I'd have been able to live it down if I hadn't have beaten them. But it's also part of, I'm pleased that I was fastest, not because I needed the ego trip, but I think it was important that they could see that I'm spending time with them because I want to spend the time.
I'm impressed with Eddie because he's shown us that the old boy still got it.
I'm not asking them to do things that I'm not prepared to do myself. I'm prepared to go the last inch. I need them to do it too.
As the first week comes to an end, Eddie's progress with the lads is about to be severely jeopardised.
You know what they've done now? They've just caused a big rift.
Don't let me see you or have to give out to you again, or else don't bother coming in.
It's nearing the end of the first week. Eddie's been getting to know the 8 car criminals on his project.
I'm really pleased how things have ended up. The lads really enjoyed the karting yesterday. I think the message is finally getting through to them. We're making a lot of progress now.
The lads are being trained for a qualification in mechanics.
Morning, gents. Morning.
Overalls, boots. Let's roll.
Today, they face an assessment of everything they've been taught so far.
What's the minimum tread depth?
1.6.
Yeah, but where?
It's in 3 places across the tyre, isn't it? Then you've got to have the minimum tread depth, and if it's not in them 3 places,
You're pretty close. 1.6 mil.
Yeah.
As the boys are finishing dressing, Garth notices that Mosh has put on his boots.
So you know what? You've got boots now. Come on, go. Let's get ready.
Don't get rude. How you getting rude to Aki? Right, you're an East boy.
What about East boy?
Listen, both of you, it don't matter.
What about
You've got some boots
you
now.
get chopped off? Do you want to get chopped off?
This is him, you know.
It's a
I didn't do nothing.
nothing.
You show me.
Do you want to get chucked off?
Nothing. So
If you don't want to get chucked off,
Are you going to do something then? Are you going to do something?
Walk away.
Are you going to do
away,
something?
Mosh?
Go on!
Wait.
I will punch out your face, you know.
I know what you stop.
Hello, bro, I will punch out your face. Like that, you're not a bad boy, innit?
Are you a bad boy?
I will punch out your face.
Go on then. Go on then.
Like you're a bad boy.
Are you a bad boy? Are you a bad boy? Are you a bad boy?
Garth is walking a tightrope. One more serious fight would see him sent straight back to prison.
I'll punch him in his mouth for boots. For boots. For boots, bro.
Exactly.
Why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it?
For boots.
Why are you
I'll punch him in
doing
his
it?
mouth. I just come out of jail, you know. I don't want to go to jail back to film, you know.
We'll stop it then.
I'll
Over a
punch
pair of
him.
boots.
Wrong it then.
Are you going to go to jail over a pair of boots?
For a pair of boots. You better go this, bro. You sick. He's a bad boy, yeah? He's a bad boy. I haven't said nothing, you know. I said raw. I never see you wear them boots. Like rare. I said raw. I swear I see you wear them size 7s. He tried to say I'm chatting. And I told him raw. Why are you talking like that? You're not a bad boy. And then he called me a.
They should have let that run.
Breaks up the team.
That's it. Look what they've done now. They've just caused a big rift.
We've got to work as a team. With them fighting, we can't do nothing. If they're going to carry on fighting, that means we're going to end up losing 2 members. And this is what it's about. We've got to work as a team and sort our problems out.
I didn't want to come here and having to just like fight all the minute, like fight all the time. Because raw, every second I'm fighting. It's always me. I'm fighting people. I didn't want it to end like this, you know.
With a breakdown in discipline and Garth having walked out of the project, Eddie needs to take control of the situation.
Let me tell you, this is a time for you to think about Mosh and no one else. What was the first thing I said to you 1 week ago today? I gave you a list of things about drinking and drugs and all that. What was the first thing I said?
No fighting.
No threatening behaviour. We are a team. Not I am a team. We. Get that through your head. You are disruptive. You're a bad influence. You have to make sure that you work hard with these guys. Now, I'm going to give you one final chance. No more grief. Do you understand? Don't let me see you or have to give out to you again, or else don't bother coming in.
Alright then.
After feeling we were really going somewhere, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. If the lads can't control themselves, this whole thing will unravel. I'm going to see this thing through. I'm determined, but it's going to be a lot harder than I first thought.
Next time on Bad Boy Racers,
You need to be organising.
the lads are competing for the role of team boss.
I want to see who can give orders.
Right!
Oh my God! Who can keep their head.
I'm not doing it. That's the end of it.
Oh my God!
I want you to lead this team.
But Eddie has his work cut out to stop his team from disintegrating.
You've got to believe more in yourself.
Team's falling apart. I just feel like taking them out and sorting them out, you get me?